As the end of the school year approaches, your kids will be getting ready for a test. That test measures what they've learned throughout the year. It's called AzMERIT, and Laura Neville, Executive Director of Educational Services for the Kyrene School District, she is here with some simple, helpful tips for all parents. Good to see you. And I want to reiterate simple, because we don't want to stress out our kids as we get them ready for this test. But what is AzMERIT, and what is it going to be testing?
So, thank you so much for the opportunity to talk about this. AzMERIT is the test that has been designed to replace AIMS, the state test. We're very excited actually that this is coming. We've been waiting for the change for a while. And the test really is for math, language arts, and reading, as it always has been. It's a great opportunity for kids to show what they know, exactly what you said.
Right, and parents, we get a little anxious because we're getting informed by our, principals and by our teachers to get our students ready. What will this test be like on test day?
So the test on test day will, there are two ways the students can take the test this year. About 40% of schools will be taking it online or computer-based testing. Kyrene is one of those districts. We're very fortunate to be able to do that. You can see one of the items actually right now that shows the difference between what kids would have done or will on AIMS. What they really experienced was the traditional multiple choice item. On the AzMERIT, you would see similar things, but in addition to the text, they're also going to give a response. They're going to do a written response. They might actually write the equation using an equation editor, which is what you see right now. And that's very different from what kids were doing before. And even with a multiple choice item, they'll now be asked to explain their answer. So that's a very different testing environment for most of our kids.
It's a totally different test, but this assessment, I can imagine, what are the benefits of this new type of assessment?
So the benefits are exactly that. Students really can't guess. They have to really show what they know. It is also designed to really give us a true picture of where kids are at relative to their grade level versus the old test, which was more of what's the minimum that they need. This is really how are they doing? Are they ready for the next grade? Are they ready to graduate high school? Are they going to leave and be ready to go into work or go into college without needing any remediation?
Right, and we want to give our kids those tools. We want to make sure that they go in there and they do a phenomenal job. So what can we as parents do to help them get ready for this?
So there's a couple things. One is, of course, rest and a good breakfast, as always. Make sure those kids get to bed. In terms of what can you do, and this is really something you'd be doing all along, and this really speaks to just the new standards in general, is when you're talking with your kids, you watch movies together, you talk about things that you've seen, and you always ask your kids what they think. What I would tell you to do now is when they answer that, ask them why they think it. That's the number one thing you can really help your kids with. If they can actually explain their reasoning and thinking, they're going to do much better on this test.
Absolutely, and so many parents, I've heard it many times among, my group of peers who say, why do we need to test? Why do we need to spend time away from, the curriculum getting ready for a test? But how is this different than AIMS?
So the major difference here is that it is providing very specific feedback to the standards that we are currently teaching. AIMS, we changed the standards several years ago, so the test we were receiving and the data we're receiving actually wasn't the best information about students. So we're very excited this is going to be very accurate information about students that will help us as they move through the system. And again, doctor's checkup. You go every year for a physical. We need to know how we're doing. We need to know how kids are doing to help us plan and change instruction and prove what we're doing and help them be ready.
And the students or the teachers, you said, would be teaching this anyway. So
Absolutely.
It's in line with what they're currently already teaching.
Exactly, which is why we're excited about it, to finally have a test that aligns to the standards that we're expected to teach.
Yeah, and there's so many workbooks and online sources and resources for us, right? To be able to help our kids.
And we're very excited to partner with Expect More Arizona. They've done a great job. They have a website, ArizonaAIMSHigher.org /AzMERIT. You can see test items, lots of information. The Department of Education, azed.gov, practice tests if you want to practice the online assessment. Great place, great resources for parents and students all year round, not just at testing time.
Well, I tell you what, we want people to jot those websites down. Let's give them to you again. If you'd like to learn more about the AzMERIT test and what students need to know before they get in that classroom and so they can be successful, please visit ArizonaAIMSHigher.org /AzMERIT. Thank you so much.
Thank you.